Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Linepro Tips. I'm Coach Linny. Today I just wanted to quickly look at one play that I believe made all of the difference in the Patriots' comeback during Super Bowl 51. Let's roll the clip here. We're looking at the defensive tackle right here, Trey Flowers. Watch this here. Through the A-gap, pushes with his hip, and a wild circus tackle. Look at that. One of the more athletic sacks you'll ever see. Let's look at the situation here too, guys. 28-20, 4 minutes, 23 seconds left in the game, and it is second down, 11 yards to go. All they had to do was run the ball 2 times and kick a field goal, and they're up by 2 scores, and the game pretty much would have been in the bag, and Tom Brady would not have had the opportunity to lead the comeback in the way that he did. But obviously that didn't happen, and let's just take a look at why here. So again, they're in a bear front, head up nose, 2 defensive tackles. Some people call that an elephant front. Some people say double eagle. I've always said bear front. I think it's probably the most common. So what happened? Why was he able to get through there? I mean, for one, it was just an incredible play by him. Very, very athletic, very heady, being able to, attack that outside of that guard and then cross his face in a way that the center's not going to see him, okay? So for us to really understand what happened here, we have to understand what kind of protection the Falcons are running, all right? They're in a full slide protection. So everybody's sliding to their right. So the left tackle, left guard, and center are coming to the right for the B gap, A gap, and then the other A gap. And then the right guard, right tackle are sliding to their right, and they have the B gap and the C gap. So the real lesson you guys have to understand is that when you're doing a full slide protection, if somebody makes it through the gap to the slide side for you, then that's going to go on you, okay? The second thing to understand is if you're not in a hurry, if you don't have an immediate threat into your gap, you can slow down and help on that back side. Okay, so let's just take a look at how it went down here. The one thing I always tell guys, help to your left with your hand, but make sure your eyes go over to the play side. So let's just see here. All right, we got one more clip of it here, and we'll have it in slow motion so you guys can see. We kind of zoom it in here a little bit. Let's just look here. If I'm coach, I'm saying this has got to go in the center because the guy came through the A gap and it's got to be his. He does get some help from that guard, but maybe he could have gotten just a little bit more. But let's just take a look here again. Boom. So left guard Levitri, his eyes are in the right place. He's helping his left hand and he's looking into that inside A gap because again, that is his space. If number 97 right here makes a quick move his way, he's got to be there. All right. So just the same way, the center, Alex Mack, he needs to have his eyes working over as well that way. And I think you can see here, the reason I zoomed it in was so you can see that his eyes are straight forward and he's just a fraction of a second late to snap his eyes over to the correct way. So let's just look at this here. Right there, he starts to look. He starts to see something's up. Boom. Snaps it over. Now, this should be enough to stop most guys. I would say for him, if I was going to critique why he was unable to stop him, is because his right knee there and his right foot and his right hip started pointing outwards. So if he could have been squeezing his knee in and trying to work his hip a little bit more to him, he might have been able to stop him. But, I mean, we're talking a very, very small fraction of a percent difference. Another thing to note here is that Alex Mack had a bad leg. I don't know if it was his right leg or left leg. But if it was his right leg, that would explain this. I think it was a high ankle sprain. And those are super painful, I know from experience. And it can make you that much less effective on the field. So let's just look here in slow motion as it went down. Okay, great job by Flowers of just puncturing him down. He gets him to move laterally, and then you can see he starts driving through his left hip. Really impressive. I don't know too many guys on earth who could make this play. I mean, to go from this position right here and to get all the way through for that sack, so impressive. But if I was going to go back just that little bit, you can look at Mack, and boom, he gets hit. We want to deliver the hit. He still has that opportunity to drive, to squeeze his elbow, to drive that hip through him. But because he got opened, he was unable to recover. Really tough play. Having played center, I can tell you guys that is so difficult. You can't really blame a guy, but again, if he would have just been even 5 or 10% more square, more squeezing his knee, more elbow in, he might have been able to drive underneath him. But you really have to give all of the credit to Flowers. And let's just see how this thing ends here one more time. Unbelievable job of swinging around and catching onto him and getting that sack. So the Falcons ended up in a 3rd and 20-something. And then they got a holding call on the next play, and that backed them up even further. And it took them out of field goal range, and they had to punt it. And we know the rest is history. So just wanted to go over that with you guys. In the future, we'll take another look at the full slide protection and talk more about the technique. We'll get you guys some drills. But for today, just wanted to show you guys this one because I was watching some tape, came across it, and just thought that was super impressive. So let us know what you think. Please comment below if you have any comments, any thoughts, and we'll see you guys next time on Linepro Tips.